Welcome back to the channel. So a while back, beginning of winter, I did Amazon's best-selling chainsaw. And I unboxed it and kind of did like a little basement review of it. I figured I'd take that chainsaw out since I'm starting to clear out where I'm going to put my cabin, my little hunting cabin. Since I'm starting that project and I want to bring you all along with it, I figured we'd start that project out with testing out Amazon's #1 best-selling chainsaw, at least at the beginning, toward the end of, maybe the beginning of the year, the SAKER. I don't know if I'd call this thing a chainsaw, but that's, that's what they call it, so that's what we're gonna go with. But let me bring you over here. So I had all these little saplings here that need getting gone, because what I'm gonna do is clear out this area all in here and take my tractor and level it out, and this is where it's gonna set. Just a little cabin, like 10 by 12. It's not big, just a little hunting cabin. But let's go ahead and see if this SAKER can, let's see how it does on a limb first. So I don't know, maybe this is, what it's intended for. Yeah, see, that is what I thought it would be. Like, if y'all saw my other video about when I unboxed this and I tried it in my basement, and I said, like, you wouldn't want to prune a tree with it, I think you can see right there. Like, if there's a tree you cared about, it's gonna get messed up. I mean, it cut through it. So if you put this in your four-wheeler or your side-by-side, and you just need to get limbs off the trail, would get it done. See if we get this whole sapling out. So this is a beech sapling right here. It's 3 inches in diameter. See if it'll cut through it. You guys can't see that, can you? You still can't see it. Let me bring you over here. Come right on over here. Yeah. Timber! Oh, and if you watched my other video, when I unboxed this and I tried it in my basement, you will remember that this thing smelled like it was burning up constantly. It still smells like it's burning up. It's horrible, horrible. But also, this thing does not have a oiler on it, as you can see. No spot for an oiler. So I read the manual, which I don't want to do. I don't need no manual. I'm a man. Men don't need manuals. But I read the manual because I was like, well, what are you supposed to use on this thing? Bar and chain? It says don't use bar and chain. It says use vegetable oil. So I did bring some vegetable oil with me. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna dip the end in, and then I'm gonna cut the rest of these little saplings down with this fella here, and then we'll see how it does. There we go. Got my vegetable oil. Yeah, I'm just gonna, kind of dump it on there. Now that we're all vegetable oiled up, we're all ready to do some logging. Some pretty serious logging. I mean, this is the saw to pull some big timbers with. So I really only have like I got like a couple more, 2 more saplings that need to come out of this general location that we can try this out on. And that's this little guy here and that little guy there. So we'll cut these ones out, and then y'all want to watch me waste a whole bunch of time and buck up some stuff with this. I don't think anybody's buying this to buck up. What I can say about this is, if you were buying this to throw in your side-by-side or throw in your four-wheeler for cheap, it wouldn't, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad deal for that. Based on the motor smelling like it's gonna catch fire every time you use it, it's probably not gonna last long. But these Chinese things are hit or miss. You might buy one that doesn't smell bad at all and works great. You might not. If it was me and I was gonna buy one of these little saws to actually use, Amazon has ones for just a bit more, maybe even the same price, that have an oiler in them. So I would probably go ahead and just buy the oiler one to throw in your side-by-side rather than this one, though it's not horrible. Let's cut these 2 saplings down, and then we'll buck up some firewood with our big time chainsaw here. Now that those saplings are down, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see, you know, can I buck all these saplings up into firewood length pieces with this, with one battery? Will the battery hold out? Will this motor that smells like it's gonna start fire every time you run it hold out? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm gonna put y'all on time lapse, you know, put some music behind behind me working. Maybe drive some people nuts that don't like the music. Maybe some people enjoy it. I don't know, but let's see what gives out first. Will we run out of firewood to buck up? Firewood. Or will we run out of battery? Or will this SAKER chainsaw motor cook itself? It could be the motor. It's awful. So this thing keeps stalling, and then it won't do anything for a couple minutes, and then it'll just come back to life. I don't really know why it does that, but I mean, it's hot, and it's hot. So we're gonna end this right here. Should you buy the SAKER, Amazon's best-selling chainsaw? Maybe to throw it in your side-by-side to cut really small stuff, or if you have really small limbs at your house. But if you can afford something, if you need a small chainsaw like this, and you can afford something better, you know, one of the Milwaukee hatchets or something like that, maybe go for that, because this, I mean, it doesn't have an oiler. When it bogs out, it won't run again. Now it's running, and it smells like it's cooking. It's pretty hot. We haven't done a ton with it, so I don't know. Just buyer beware. If you're gonna buy it, just know that you're doing minor things with it. Don't prune your fruit trees with this particular saw and think you're gonna get nice cuts, because it kind of tears things. And that's, you know, that's my bit of redneck advice. But for now, if I had to tell you my honest opinion, this, I don't care for this one. But would I throw it in my, if somebody gave it to me, would I throw it in my side-by-side and use it for cutting sticks out of the trail? Sure. But I'd invest in a better one. If it was me personally and I was gonna buy one for full-time use, I'd probably buy like the Milwaukee top handle, which I did a while ago, and I love the Milwaukee top handle. For putting in a side-by-side, it's great. It's a good saw. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna do this cabin build. I'm gonna bring y'all along. I don't know if y'all want to watch it happen, you know, from groundwork to everything I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna bring y'all along and you can watch. I got, you know, all of this area down here. I need to cut all these. I gotta clear this. I'm gonna clear all this out here and then clean it up real good, and we'll probably put some deer food over there somewhere. And then the deer can have a nice little spot to eat. And then hopefully end up in my freezer. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes they do what you want them to do, and most of the time they do not. But that's what we're gonna do. So I'll bring you along on this adventure. I've been planning it for a lot of years. It's gonna take a long time because I got all my lumber trees up there, and we'll do some sawmilling. Once I cut these, I get some firs or whatever up there. Not firs, but I got some hemlocks up there that, you know, it's gonna be all my lumber. They're way up on the hill up there. But we're gonna cut them down. We're gonna cut a few of those down, and we're gonna start cutting our lumber out of those soon. But first, we gotta cut all these trees down here. It's a lot of firewood. It's a lot of work, but it'll be real sweet when it gets done. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. Like and subscribe, and we're still giving away that Weimar when we hit 500. So thank you. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Enjoy life.